Hello and welcome to Insights from Autistic. I'm Arman Khodaei, and in today's video we're going to look at relationships, the various types of relationships and how they affect someone with autism. For those who don't know me, I am a 24-year-old individual with high-functioning autism. So there are many kinds of relationships, whether you're a person that does not have autism or someone with autism. There are many types. Now, a person with autism might have more relationships than the normal type of person, actually. Now, you would think they would have less relationships. Now, when I say more relationships, I guess I should be more clear. They would have more diverse relationships, in the sense that what they have a relationship with may not be the same thing that most people do. Most people have relationships with people, their peers and whatnot. Now, someone with autism, they typically have a very strong relationship with themselves because they're very into themselves, inside their world, and sometimes they only have themselves, and that's all they know is who they are. I myself, I have a very deep relationship with myself, and I know myself pretty well. I still know there's some things about myself that I still don't know well, but I definitely know myself better than I think a lot of people do at my age, or even older than me. And so, moving forward, there's the inner thoughts, all that type of stuff defines me. Then there's the relationships with something that the autistic person loves, whether it's the toys that they put in order, or numbers, or something that they're really focused on. For me, growing up, it was G.I. Joe, and then it became Star Wars, and then it was my cat who died, and then in some ways it became like the people that I crush on, but primarily G.I. Joe, Star Wars, and my cat. And in some ways we can say that my cat actually was one of these, but the two of them, G.I. Joe and Star Wars, these were huge focuses for me. I knew everything about them. It was as if I loved them. They were everything to me. They were my world to me. And they were real. They were like a human to me as anyone else was. And so it is very possible with someone with autism to have an attachment, a relationship with what we consider to be a concept, something abstract, something that because it's not human, we don't consider it something that one can truly have a relationship with. But I disagree here and say that indeed I did have a relationship with G.I. Joe. I had a relationship with Star Wars, and these were very real and true things to me. And speaking about my cat, there's like pet relationships, and sometimes a relationship with a pet can be more powerful, more intimate than even like a parental relationship, which I'm going to get to in a moment. Because with the cat, the cat has a lot of behaviors that are similar to autism. The cat only wants attention when it wants attention, wants to be left alone when it wants to be alone. It comes to you when it wants attention. If it wants to be left alone, it goes off, does its own thing. But with a cat, we don't question the behavior of a cat, because to us, cat behavior is normal because it's cat. But autism behavior, not normal, because, well, other humans don't act that way, but cats act like cats. And they have a lot of similarities to autism. Or even dogs. Dogs are very loyal, so having a dog for someone with autism, the loyalty and everything, can develop a great attachment. And I think of autism that the pet relationship can be a very powerful relationship. Now there's the parental relationship. Now my dad, he was hardly ever there for me, sometimes physically but never emotionally growing up, and so I grew up hating him in some respects. And I did love my mom, and she was there for me, and I had a very deep and strong relationship with her. And so I do think that the parental relationship is still there, even if your child does not acknowledge you, as long as you're emotionally there for your child, no matter how difficult things are. Even if your child's not looking at you, they don't respond to you, I still believe that bonds still exist. And I think that there's definitely a strong parental relationship. And then there's the sibling relationship. And I had two younger brothers, and there was definitely a relationship of some sort of dynamic going on there. And there's definitely a feeling of belonging and of acceptance there. And then there are the friend relationships. Now these relationships come and go, especially with autism, and they're less common, and sometimes A friend relationship might just be a hire by, or someone that we see, that we think looks cool, and we like them, but we're too afraid to talk to them or something, or we don't care about talking to them. You know, we just have this vision of this someone. It could be someone on TV, or someone at school, and in a way, many people call this like an imaginary friend. And so I've had some good friends, you know, especially when I was younger, because mom would arrange play dates, you know, and these couple of people that had play dates with, you know, they were good friends, you know, and as I got older, you know, I'd have friends. Some of them, you know, as I'd start to learn about social skills and stuff, I delved deeper into relationship, got to know them, but, you know, I always outgrew them at some point. Almost always, I've outgrown my friends at some point or another. My friends just go away because I become a different person or for whatever reason. And then there are internet friend relationships. Now, there are quite a few people who talk to me on the internet and stuff, but I'm not really one who's attached to anybody on the internet per se. Now, I do know some people who meet people on the internet and get very attached to them without ever meeting them in person. I've actually had one person who was kind of scaring me a little bit, who was messaging me and being like, oh, you're a really good friend, blah blah blah, and it was very weird, to say the least, the way that they were doing that. But some people, you know, especially with autism, they the only friends they have is through the internet, and that's the only way they know how to socialize. And I don't know enough about this because you know, I just haven't, you know, I've met people online, you know, I've even used online dating and stuff, but I've never really, you know, sought out friends or really considered one, there, I would say maybe I have friends, but not like anything that I consider of a true attachment towards. I mean, there's some good subscribers to my videos who respond to me, and that I answer the messages, and I appreciate their comments, and they're definitely good friends. And actually, for all of you viewers here, I do appreciate, you know, you trying to do something and trying to make your lives better, trying to make someone else's life better, trying to make your child's life better. But I definitely do not have that attachment, but a lot of people with autism do. And then the last stage, romantic relationships. I believe that everyone with autism desires this, and I did have, you know, my ex-girlfriend, I've spoken about in other videos, you know, we broke up 9 months ago, and I think that for people with autism, they can have this romantic relationship, because I've talked to them, it depends on their level. If they're very into themselves, it might just be someone that they see, and it could be kind of stalkerish, you know, they obsess over this one person that they just saw one time. Maybe someone smiled at them and said, hi, how are you doing, and was very kind to them, and then this person becomes their lover in their mind, and that can happen. And you know, I even think I went through that stage myself. And so you know, I did have crushes growing up. The first crush was in the 5th grade, and I acted like a cat towards her. I mentioned that. And then there have been a couple of times where I have gotten obsessed over girls, but now I try not to. I try, if there's a girl and I talk to her, and you know, and nothing else follows, I don't obsess about her the way I used to, and I just move on with life, and that's pretty much it. So hopefully this video on relationships has been helpful to someone, and I hope that it offers some more insight into autism. Thank you very much for watching. I wish you a most awesome day of awesomeness. Thank you.